Our lives are limited primarily because we have a limited concept of man. We believe that man is something that we have witnessed from the cradle to the grave. And as we look at the infants and the children and the youth and the mature and the more aged, we think that this constitutes man. And then we say, no wonder we are so limited. No wonder, if that's what we are. But you see, this is not man that you behold. This is the finite concept of man that came into existence when we accepted a selfhood apart from God. There was a time when we actually knew that God the Father and God the Son was one. There was a time when we actually lived the life of I and my Father are one. There was a time when we actually lived in the realization that I, in the midst of me, is my bread and meat and wine and water. There was a time in your life and mine, you can't remember it now, but there was a time in your life when you lived consciously in the realization, I have hidden manna. I have meat the world knows not of. And of course, living in that consciousness, there was no concern, no fear, no doubt, no worry, no anxiety, therefore no nerves and no old age. And of course there was no disease and there was no death, because no one can ever die. No one can really be diseased once they have come to the realization that I and the Father are one, and that because of this oneness I have a hidden grace. I live by grace, by the grace of this hidden manna, by the grace of this inner indwelling presence. It takes all of the responsibility off of your shoulder. It enables you to take the responsibility off of your parents or off of your relatives or off of your children and place the responsibility where it really belongs, on the Spirit of God that indwells you. The Spirit of God that is your bread, meat, wine, and water, that is your hidden manna, the meat the world knows not of.